Welcome everybody to my very first YouTube video. I'm Naya and this is Naya's 2 cents. I'm Naya. Obviously, I'm 26. I live in North Carolina and I am a social worker by trade. That's what I do full time. And as you'll see here, I also have a retail part-time job so that I'm able to kind of knock out some of my financial goals a lot faster than I would be able to do otherwise. If you know me personally, if you know, you know, I have been saying that I want to start a YouTube channel for a long time, for months and months and months and months and months, probably years, honestly. But I always had some type of excuse. I needed the perfect camera, I needed the perfect microphone, the perfect space to record, the list goes on and on and on. And finally, I just said to myself that life is short, and if you don't start, you never will. So here I am today, and I am so excited to, introduce myself to you guys and just kind of get into why, what this channel will be about. And yeah, so let's get into it. So if you are not familiar with it, this is what YNAB looks like. I love this app. I finished grad school in May of 2023, and I started my first grown-up big girl job August of, oh my gosh, that same year, yeah. And so I've been working full-time, like in my career, for about a year and a half now. And again, I'm 26, and so I feel like a lot of stuff I did not have the capacity to do or accomplish in the way I wanted to because I was a student. I guess I was working, but a lot of it was like either retail, some type of customer service role, not really making enough, to really use my money in the way I wanted to. And before I used YNAB, a lot of it was, Excel sheets or trying to remember my budget in my head, or, have 2 separate accounts and all the stuff that was way too complicated. So I started using YNAB in October 2023, or maybe September, and then I was using it for like a month. I think I broke something and I started all over in October. And since October 2023, I've been using it since, straight through. I love it. I'm in here every day, multiple times a day, and it has really transformed my finances and, the way I budget and kind of plan my financial life. So this is what it looks like. I highly recommend. It is a paid subscription, but I do feel like the subscription is worth it. And you can share it with up to 5 people. So if you, and your family or your friends, are interested in, budgeting better or trying a new avenue, I would highly recommend, sign up for YNAB and sharing it with others. So let's get into these categories. So this first one, waiting room, that's new. I had some people have said my budget is a little chaotic. I do not agree. I just, do things that work for me. Personal finance is personal, and at the end of the day, your spending plan is not going to look like my spending plan, and vice versa. It's going to be unique to you. So this first category is new. It's called waiting room, and this is for short-term goals or savings goals or money I'm holding that are like temporary. They're not reoccurring, they're random. And once I, save up and spend the money, I plan to like wrap it into a regular category I have. So for example, this first one, so sorry to spoil it, Javon, but my boyfriend is gonna be 30 next year. And in my mind, I have a plan that I would like to start saving for now. And so that's what that's for. But after it happens, I'm going to delete it and roll it into gifts. And the same with these other 2 things. We have been invited to a wedding this year, and I would really like to take a trip to New York at the end of the year, which I can get into a little bit more later. And I want to cash flow all those things. But once they happen, I will delete those and roll them into my travel category. That just what works best for me, instead of saving everything in one category and then maybe accidentally spending it on something else, not what it's marked for, set aside for. You get what I'm trying to say. You get it. So temporary savings. That's why it's the waiting room. They wait there, and then when I'm done with them, they can go where they belong. Boom. I should have said that before, but like I said, this next one is bills. I used to have a separate fixed bills and variable bills category, but I realized that I didn't really care. Like, separating them didn't have a really true purpose. And so instead of having those two separate categories, I just lumped them into one, because even my variable expenses, the amount of money I give to them every month is usually the same, unless something happens like I overspend. But when I get paid, I'm usually putting the same amount of money into the categories anyway. So now they all belong together. And so here we have rent. I do not pay for all this myself. It's me, my mom, my sister together, and so I pay like a very small portion of this, and my mom handles the rest. I have car insurance, which I split with my sister. My card payment, that is very high, not traditional. That is a story for another day. But the TLDR is that I had a car that was paid off. It broke down, and I had to get a new car very quickly. I hated that car. And so when I graduated, I decided to get another car that I actually wanted and would keep forever, knowing that I would be paying a lot more. But my goal is to pay my car off early. So, yeah, I just have to cry every month when I submit that payment, but it's fine. It's fine. And we use Google Fiber for internet, and that has been good. We had Spectrum at first last year. If you know, North Carolina, I hate Spectrum. They kept raising the price, and we don't even watch cable. I don't know why. My mom insists that we keep having the cable, but I was like, no. And so, because I pay for the cable internet, so now we have Google Fiber internet, and that works fine for us. Great, no problems. Personal, personal is really a kind of a catch-all category. I have been thinking about splitting that out some more. Personal is everything from like toilet paper, paper towels, my soap, my deodorant, all that stuff, to undergarments, anything that I feel like is personal to me. Like I said, it's a catch-all. So I do think I should kind of separate out some of the household goods that go into there. But that's another thing. It is what it is. We'll see if I actually change it. My phone bill, I am so happy that I got this down. I have an iPhone 13, it's paid off, and I have Visible, which uses, I think, Verizon's network. I only pay $35 a month for unlimited data. I have never had any problems. I feel like it works the same as when I had, Verizon itself. And so it's what works for me, and I'm gonna stick with it, and I hope they don't ever raise the price, because, yeah. And I'm so sorry if you start to hear a dog. He's okay. So I find it funny how I apologized, but then proceeded to record for 10 minutes instead of taking a break. So we had little technical difficulties. I will just say, when I was recording, the barking did not seem as loud, but upon a further rewatch during the editing process, because we actually just moved, it was. So here I am after 12 a.m. We're recording a little snippet for you guys. Hashtag we listen and we don't judge. So let's run through these categories again. All right, so I think I left off talking about the utilities. So we pay for water, gas, electric. I physically go in and pay for all the utilities, but I'm only responsible for the water bill. Vivint is our security system. We recently moved to a new area and decided to invest in a doorbell camera and security. And so the monitoring is $59 and the equipment is $37.25. I pay a cable bill. Does YouTube TV count as cable? Question mark. I don't know, but that's what we use for cable, even though only one person actually watches it. We won't get into that. So groceries is self-explanatory. I split it out by week. I go grocery shopping usually every week on Sunday, unless I'm traveling. Whoop, not this category being overspent. I forgot. When you see my weekly budget video, that will be fixed. But for now, we're just gonna ignore that. $50 a week is not enough, as you can see, but that's just where we're at right now. And I I would say like $216 every month towards grocery. And so when a month rolls around that has like a fifth week in there, the money, I'll have $50 instead of having to come up with the extra $50 in that month, if that makes sense. Same thing with gas, getting around is just my transportation category. So I have 1 through 5 for gas, and then I have a category for Easy Pass, which this isn't as prevalent as it was when I was living in Philly, but I still have it just in case. 'Cause like I said, travel, and then parking just whenever that pops up. I like to keep my memberships and subscriptions separate. So Apple is for my storage, global entry. I recently went to Italy last year and decided to invest in a travel rewards card, and they reimburse for global entry every 5 years. Whenever it's time to renew it, they give me a credit. So I don't have a target for it, but when that charge hits, I'll assign it to this category. I also recently got an iPad and decided to get a GoodNote subscription, so it's not sinking fund for that. Google One, that's also storage. And this is a sinking fund. I pay that annually. Loving My Body was my gym membership. I just wasn't going. And right now, my schedule is so hectic that I feel like it would be a waste of money to pay for a physical gym, knowing I'm not going to utilize it to its full potential. So right now, I just do like at home YouTube stuff when I have the time, and ideally when I have like some more free time to be like consistent and commit to going into the gym physically, I'll start finding this category again. But for now, I'll just leave it. Microsoft Office is my subscription to Microsoft 365. It's also annually. Obviously, I'm tired. Sinking fund. Prime, I split with somebody. This is also paid annually. So this is a sinking fund. Sirius XM, Love Her Down. Monthly is only $7. Every time they try to raise it, I'm gonna cancel it. Hope I get a better deal because I don't want to pay more. I would not pay more than $10 for it, but I listen to it every day. Can't live without it, but I do not want to pay more than $10 for it. So hopefully, she doesn't raise her prices and we can kind of keep that going. This is my travel card. This is a sinking fund for the annual fee. I also recently signed up for a card and got a free trial of Walmart Plus. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it. That's why there's nothing in this category. But there are some gas benefits that I'm utilizing, so I'm trying to see if it's cheaper to have the Walmart Plus subscription or just get all my gas at Sam's Club. So stay tuned to see what I decide on that. Waxmas City, this was a subscription for my wax place, which I put on hold for right now. And then, like I said, YNAB is a paid subscription. I also split this with somebody. And this is an annual fee, so this is another sinking fund. Eating out, jump scare. So I wonder what the number was when I originally filmed this video because it was not $100. So I usually put $100 in there a month. Um, I love to eat out. I wish I could eat out more, but I have like I give myself less than I want to give myself in order to focus on some of my other financial goals. So I still like to eat out. I plan to eat out more in the future. Um, but ideally, this would be as close to $100 as possible. And this is a category that I'm pausing spending on. Well, I am not paying for eating out of my full-time salary, I'll say. So all this money is extra money from my part-time job for the first quarter of the year. All right, eyebrows is another thing I put on hold. It's not a priority for me right now. But money, I don't give this a monthly target. I just kind of fill it up as things come up. Again, this is another category I would like to prioritize more in the future. Just right now, I'm kind of focused on other things. And I think this is where the video picks up, where my mother's dog is not working. So I'm gonna pass it over back to past Naya. Thanks, bye. Hair is hair. I just twisted my own hair, but like I said, I like to go to the salon. I like to experiment and try styles that I know I can't do myself. And this is nothing I enjoy, but I am on like a 90-day hiatus. We'll see if I actually last that long, but you know. All right, in and out, that's for like reimbursement. So anytime I buy something that is not for myself, I put it here, and then when they pay me back, I fund that category. I don't put any money into there otherwise. Little treats is self-explanatory. It doesn't have a target, but that is for I'm a snacker. I love a little sweet treat, and so every now and then when I have extra money, I'll throw some money in there. And if I want like a donut late at night when I'm working, or stuff like that, like little sweet treats, or even if it's not a food item, but it's like a small thing that I was like, ooh, like this makes me feel good. It's a little treat, and it goes in a little treat category because I work hard and I deserve a little treat when I want it. Mail, I actually mail things a lot. I mail things a lot. Not really a lot, but it has its own category because I physically go to the post office to do things. And if I want to have a category for it, that is my business. So, I love the post office. I like stamps. And so that's what that's for. Nails. I actually have not been getting my nails done for a long time. That's another, they don't, yeah. I actually love getting my nails done, but I took a break from it because one, the quality where I was going wasn't worth what I was paying. I think that's one of the main reasons too. And then I was also like, if I take a break from this, I can make a little bit faster progress on some of the things I want to do. And when those are taken care of, then I'll get back to my monthly nail day. And so for now, I am not funding that category either, but it's there. Pocket money, I rarely carry cash, but when I do, I'll. That's how I categorize I don't know. That's how I categorize a withdrawal, and I use that category for that. I know some people who use YNAB track cash because I don't really ever have cash on me. I don't see the need to do that, and I really don't care. Once it's for me, again, personal finance is personal. If I withdraw some money from my bank account, that money's spent. It's gone, does not exist anymore. The cash is just, it's spent because I can lose it and it's still gone. Like I still won't have the money. So, in my mind, that's gone. Shopaholic fund, if you know, you know. I like to shop. I've actually, I shop, I think way more intentionally now, but I am one of them people who like going to a store, you know, just walk around, little cutesy, and I have more restraint now for when I buy and what I don't buy. But any shopping, clothes, shoes, whatever, that's what that category is for. Let's see, holiday spending. This is a big one. I think last year I saw this idea on one of like the YNAB channels. They have like a lot of different videos about like YNAB tips and tricks and etc. And having a holiday spending category, if you are like super into holidays, like I am for some of them, and creating like sinking funds. So instead of like having to come up with a few $100s depending on the holiday, you already have it when the holiday rolls around. And so like Valentine's Day, Easter is more like if I, you know, want to do like an Easter basket or something because I have a little nephew now, something like that. Mother's Day, Father's Day, Thanksgiving. We hosted Thanksgiving for the first time this past November. it was fun. It was more expensive than I thought it was going to be, but it was nice and it was good to have that category there. Christmas, that's self-explanatory. I have a goal to save $2,000 for Christmas this year, and I started in last November actually. So I put a few $100s in there a month, and by November I have $2,000 for Christmas. So, oh, you see how I forget to do things? That was another one that was like for, see, it's like a separate category that had, I didn't have the waiting room category at the time, but like this was like, I didn't want to mix in with the other Christmas money. We got a hotel, we went home for Christmas, and so I did that. And then holiday travel, you saw that too. I don't know what happened, but I think I do. So I'm actually gonna not touch that until a later date. Anyway, uh, holiday travel is separate from regular travel because some holidays we travel and I really don't want to. So honestly, and I see it separate as like, oh, I really want to take this trip. It's more so I have to do this to, and it's really me going to Virginia. So it's not even, yeah, that's where my family's from. That's where everybody still is, and so that's why it's separate. Because really, for trips to Virginia, not real like, oh, I want to go to Italy, something like that, which I did last year, y'all, and I did it without taking on any debt because of YNAB. So get you one of these, please, immediately. All right, so that's holiday spending. This next one is my savings category. I'm definitely a spender, not a saver, but I'm trying to be better about that. So I have like a buffer in my like main checking account because you gotta have a savings account, and so I keep money in there, but not really a lot of money. My core savings, which I'm building up, cash cap is my car replacement fund, but like I said, because I just got my car in like a year ago, I'm not funding it because yeah, nothing needs to happen because it's brand new. Right, life happens. This is like my income replacement / emergency fund. I am trying to have a month of my expenses in here by the end of the year. Medical, that's just for like medical stuff, like co-pays if I have to like owe a balance when I go to like the doctor or dentist or whatever. That's what that's for. I put like $50 a month in there to build it up. Nest egg, that is for an eventual down payment on a home. The way things are going, I don't even know if I don't want to own a home. One, that's a whole other situation, and two, is $20,000 enough these days? Is it enough? I don't know. So yeah, that's a future Naya goal, but it's just there as a reminder, like one day, girl, one day. All right, new phone. That is for when she goes. When she goes, and I hope it's not soon, because I would like to pay for a new phone, all the accessories in cash, and not do the thing where you like, it's basically you finance the phone. I don't want to do that. I just want to buy it and own it and not worry about a monthly payment if I can. So, and $1,000 is the most they're gonna get out of me. So that's what that's for. But like I said, this phone is fine. There aren't any phones I really want, so I don't prioritize this. All right, all the places you'll go, simple, that's my travel category. I recently changed the name because I like it better. It's a little bit more whimsical. I like to have fun with this plan. It could be, you know, whatever you want to be, whatever you want it to be. So vision, I wear glasses, even though I lost my new prescription glasses. So yeah, and they told me it was gonna be like $300 to replace them. So yeah, that's something that will be done at a later date. And I put a little bit of money in this every month as well. And so when I go to eye doctor at the end of the year, if I need to get new frames and, you know, pay for my prescription or whatever, again, money's there and I'm not pulling it out of the sky randomly. I am a zero-based budgeter, so I give every dollar of my paycheck a job. And so it's not very common for, I won't say that, I'll say that I track my non-regular expenses as well and fund them, you know, each month, so that when they come up, the money's there, and I'm not in a situation where I've already allocated all the dollars to other things and I don't have anywhere to get new dollars from without sacrificing something else. Okay, I didn't need to do all that moving, but you get it. All right, wedding. Yeah, I'm not engaged. Don't know what's, yeah, I'm not, I'm not engaged. And when I get engaged, part of me is like, I don't want to spend money on a wedding, but I do want to celebrate. And so I'm like, just save up. And when I have the money, I can decide, like, do I actually want to spend this on a wedding? The answer would probably be yes, because, you know, I'm the oldest and I have a big family and they probably would, you know, raise us. So that's what that's for. And again, I want to like cash flow it. I don't want to have to take on debt for, especially something that's not, that's for the wedding itself, the party, for like a one-day thing. I don't want to have to take on debt for that. So I'm saving now so that when it's time, and I don't want to be engaged for a long time. That's the other thing. So I need the money. That's the story. Okay, Sylvia. This is my car, my little silly. I have it's a Honda SUV. This is my maintenance category. Again, my oil changes are free. The car is relatively new. And so I don't prioritize this, but I drive a lot. And so my car does have more mileage than I think a normal car that's like a year some change old would. And so I do need to start putting more money into this regularly, which I am actually. Yeah. Property tax registration, self-explanatory. That's a sinking fund every month when that comes up. Insurance deductibles. This is something that a savings goal that I want to prioritize in the future. Like, for example, you know, you have a deductible for your car insurance, other insurances. I would like to have that money already there in case of, you know, I think it's a matter of like when, not if, for certain things. So I like to have the money for when something happens. The Uncle Sam. I was about to start punching the air, but the first video, I think that's a little bit much. Y'all see all that? That's taxes. Again, I work 2 jobs, and my full-time job, of course, they don't know that. So they're not taxing me as if I'm making the salary that I'm making. And so I was doing crazy calculations all 2024, you know, doing extra withholding for my full-time job, trying to plan for, you know, will I owe taxes? I don't know. These calculators all giving me different numbers. And so tax time is coming. And so you guys will find out sooner rather than later, because I do this pretty early because I'm like a little bit anal about it. If I have to spend that $800 to almost, you know, or if I can keep it and roll into some of those other savings that y'all saw. That's the plan. So yeah. All right, that's savings. Giving. I love to give gifts. I love this category. So gifts is like any type of birthday, celebratory. It's a gift, any type of physical gift that I'm buying for somebody, or if I like. That's usually what it is. If I take somebody out to eat or something, I usually categorize that in my eating out category because I'm eating too. So yeah, it's more like a physical gift that I'm giving somebody, or cash gift that I'm giving somebody. Giving fund is how I track. Like if I take out cash that I definitely know I'm gonna give away, then I do it in there instead of pocket money. Or if I buy somebody for something, it's not like, it's just like that's more like a just because I want to do this, not expect anything in return. Like it's not necessarily you get this gift because it's some type of celebration. It's just something that I want to do. Like if I pay for somebody groceries or blah blah blah, you get it. You get it. That's what that's for. Hospitality is for. It's actually Southern hospitality. That's a cowboy. I have a Windows like laptops. That's why my emojis look like that. But it's a cowboy. You can that's if you can't tell, he's supposed to be a cowboy. So Southern hospitality, that's for like I'm invited to something like a potluck, or I bring a bottle of wine to somebody's house, or I'm invited to something. I decide, well, I want to bring something, and I like to separate that out. And then tithes and offering, that's self-explanatory for my church giving. All right, investing. I am not an like investing girly. Like I said, I've been working seriously full time for like only a year and a half now. I have a state job, and so I have to contribute a mandatory 6% to a pension, and they don't offer us any type of. They have additional retirement plans, but they don't offer us any type of matches to them. So it would just be our money. They do match the pension money, I think. But again, that's mandatory. It's coming out regardless. I do invest a percent of my part-time money into a 401k because they match it. And my goal this year is to finally open up a Roth. And I like to focus on fully funding that since I already have the pension. I don't get any 401k matches from my full-time job. I can talk a little bit about that probably in a later video about why I chose to do it that way. But this is why this is empty and it's new because it's fresh. Just made it a couple weeks ago. Investing and Rothi. That's gonna be my little baby. I'm thinking about going with Vanguard because I am just gonna be utilizing the Roth IRA for long-term investing. I don't really plan to move it around or be like trading quite often. Or selling and buying or whatever. The investing stuff, but that's that. If I didn't say already, I'm a social worker. I can't keep that secret. That's what I do full time. I work in a state psych hospital. And so this category, I'm so glad that a lot of these will be going away this year because I'm tired of paying for them. But milestone fund is I am working on getting my clinical license. That is a 2-year process. And so every time I hit a milestone with how many hours I hit, you need 3,000. So for every 1,000, 1,500, whatever, I broke down like a reward for myself. And so this is to pay for those rewards, basically to market instead of putting it in fund money or something else. I want to have it separate. This is if I ever go to a conference. Financial social work is a certification that I'm very interested in getting. This is for my associate license renewal. I'll have to do that in May because I won't have enough hours to apply for the full one yet. So I have to renew it because it'll be 2 years of me having it. This is for my full license once I pass the exam. Yes, I take an exam. Yes, I have to pay for it. Yes, I'm upset. So this is for the exam. Exam prep, self-explanatory. And this is for my membership to the National Association of Social Worker, which I'm mainly just a member because of the free CEUs right now, because we need a certain amount when it's time to renew, and I get a lot for free by being a member, and I just put a little bit of money in there every month when it's time to renew it. We'll see how long I decide that I'd like to do that. But that's my social work life. Debt. Almost forgot. Was at the bottom for a reason. All right, this is my debt payment category. So what's this? Fees. I don't really get any fees, but I was like getting random fees, and I was like, I'll just have a category for it. So any fee that comes to my life, even though it's not really a debt, it's a anyway, that's what that's for. Snowball is, I was doing the debt snowball for a while. Now my method of debt payment is a little bit different, and like I said, I'm gonna get into that in a separate video. But usually I'll put money in here throughout the month, and then at the end of the month I'll move it to wherever I'm making a payment from. And it's not technically like the snowball method, but it's already there. That's what I use it for. These are a couple of personal loans. This is for a couch. It's not for a bunch of little like actual purchases for one thing. It's for like a couch set, like 3 pieces. That's why that's like that. And then student loans, I have been on the save forbearance for months. If you know, you know. And I got fed up with it because, like I said, even though I'm new into working, I already have like almost 3 years worth of credit towards my public service loan forgiveness, because I, again, I'm a social worker and I work in public service, and I got tired of not knowing what was going to happen, even though they're probably going to get rid of it. So I recently applied to get on a plan that is not caught up in court nonsense, and will start counting credits again towards my loan forgiveness. So it hasn't been processed or approved yet. So when it is, I'll probably be paying a few $100s a month. Yeah, but you know, I did the time. Now I gotta pay the crime. And then this is just credit card payments. I really only use 2 of these on a regular basis. But yeah, if you make a purchase on a credit card, YNAB will automatically move the money down here for you. So they just have it so you can really look at it, but you don't need to touch it. So I am very excited to hopefully be consistent and continue this YouTube journey with you guys. I said I get paid once a month at the end of the month. Ooh, every time I say it, it's like jump scare. But for my full-time job, and then I get paid weekly at my part-time job. So I will be doing pretty much every week a paycheck budget video. And I will be posting a few more videos as I get started on this channel, just to kind of, say a little bit more about me, and what my goals and plans are. So thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far amidst the technical difficulties, I really appreciate it, and I hope that you will like the video if you liked it. Share it if you want other people to see me kind of stumble through all this, and please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. All right, guys. Bye.